Yo, what's going on, everyone? It's DLloyd, and man, has it been way too long, man, since we had a video here, at least on this channel. I've still been putting out content on some of the other channels, but we are fully back. All of our all of our channel strikes that we've been going through, man, all of that is behind us, so hopefully we can move forward, not having the issues here on this channel, man. But in the meantime, since I've been going through all this other stuff, a lot of stuff has been happening with the Lakers, and I wanted to put my 2 cents in because you guys know I'm a Lakers fan. I am definitely a Lakers fan. So watching, the Lakers and the Lake Show throughout this whole season has been extremely rough. Like, nothing has gone right. From preseason, where we didn't look good at all, and you kind of think maybe it's just preseason, so I don't want to get too worried. And then the season, and then the trade deadline comes and goes, and nothing happens. And then for it to end and just, bottom out the way that it did, with the Lakers not even making the play-in game. That is crazy. Absolutely crazy. And I will be one of the guys that say, yes, this is probably one of the most, if not the most, disappointing Lakers season, at least in the last 25 years, right? It is definitely up there in terms of disappointments. But with that said, we got rid of our coach, Frank Vogel. That is a pure scapegoat move, in my opinion. But at the same time, I think it still needed to be done. So you get rid of the head coach. We are now looking to bring in another head coach. That will probably be the biggest decision and the biggest move for the Lakers this offseason, is deciding who will be the guy, that will make all the decisions. Who will be the actual coach to fix whatever problems we have? Because at the end of the day, it's only so much, change or turnover this roster can have unless Russell Westbrook is traded. And we'll see if that actually becomes a reality or not. His exit interview did not go very well at all, in my opinion. So we'll see. But the main purpose of this video is, do I think, and of course the question is going to go to you guys as well in the comment section, that the Los Angeles Lakers can win another championship with Anthony Davis and LeBron James? Can they lead us back to the promised land where we just seen them 2 seasons ago? So that is definitely the question here. So, of course, Russell Westbrook, not the greatest fits, but at the same time, we truly don't know how good of a fit it is. Because how much did they, the three play together? What, 19, maybe 20 games this season together? Did not play a lot together anyway. So we don't know exactly how good they will look or could look, especially, depending on the coach or the new coach that comes in, and maybe he changes things up. Maybe he puts the ball in Westbrook's hands a little bit more. But then if you do that, you take the ball out of LeBron's hands a little bit more. Can we see LeBron go a whole season without the ball in his hands? I'm not quite sure. And I'm not quite sure if we're ready to see that, right? Who would you then build around it? So I think Anthony Davis, still a top 10 player in the NBA when healthy. And there comes a time where you can't keep saying, hey, if he's healthy, we'll be fine. If he's healthy, we'll be okay. Because at the end of the day, if you're not available to play, can we truly grade out how good of a player you are, right? Or do you have to start subtracting points because you are not playing? That's kind of the territory we are getting to with Anthony Davis. And you guys know I'm a big AD fan. I'm a Kentucky alum, so I'm always, rooting for my, my Wildcats, man. But it's starting to get to that point, man. Now, can he turn this around? I think a lot of the injuries were still fluke-ish type of injuries that I don't think will be reoccurring or nagging injuries. I think having an off season, he needs to take care of his body. He needs to do all of the right things. Hopefully he can, and then come back and be good to go. I am off the whole board of playing him at the 5. Like, he doesn't like the wear and tear in his body. I know some freak accidents, like coming down off a rebound, rolling your ankle, things like that. But I'm kind of off that. Put him at the 4. Make sure you keep a center with him at all times on the court. But if you do that, you need to make sure this roster is right. Because if you have Westbrook on the court, LeBron on the court, AD at the 4, then you have, a big man, say Dwight Howard or whoever ends up coming back at center. You only have one more position, and that position needs to be a shooter, because you don't have, shooters on the court. We've seen AD shoot this season from 3 was not very good. LeBron traditionally or historically just not a great three-point shooter. He's okay, but not a great three-point shooter. Westbrook was just horrible shooting from three this season. Yes, he did shoot a little bit better at the end of the year, but he was a horrible three-point shooter this year. So you will have to make sure you get that right piece. LeBron James, 37. He'll be 38 next season. Is LeBron the guy that, you know, we're used to in terms of at some point age is going to catch up with you? And we've seen it a little bit. LeBron is not, you know, the 2016 LeBron that he was a couple years back. He is definitely a older LeBron James. And you see that in the pace of the Lakers, right? One of the slowest half-court teams in the NBA. LeBron, he then needs to, one, stay healthy as well, because LeBron is starting to deal with those lingering injury issues that I think may be as concerning, if not a little bit more concerning than Anthony Davis is, right? Because LeBron is the focal point. He is the catalyst of what you're trying to build. So that whole situation needs to be taken care of. You know, LeBron will take care of his body in the offseason, but that age, at some point, it does not matter how much you take care of it, how much you prepare, you're going to start declining. It happens to everybody. It doesn't matter who you are. You can't, you can try to, prolong it, but you can't escape it. So that is going to be an interesting scenario to see what exactly happens there. And then, like I said, Westbrook, man, we'll see. There's interested teams reportedly. Can the Houston Rockets be there? Can the Charlotte Hornets be there? Can the Indiana Pacers, be there to take Westbrook off your hands? I would love to see the Lakers get Malik Monk back. That's probably, my main thing I want to do in this offseason, because Malik Monk, to me, showed that he is a player that you kind of want on your team. He's a streaky scorer, but a guy that is very productive for you. So the question, can the Lakers, though, with all of that said, win another championship with AD and LeBron as your two focal point players with the way the league is currently constructed? I am going to say yes. I think with everything I just said, if, and it's a big if they can stay healthy, and if they could get the right role players around them, I am willing to move Westbrook to get the right role players around them. You need defenders. The Lakers defense this season is a huge step back from what it was in 2019-2020. And I think that is something that's underestimated or understated in terms of how much that affected the Lakers' performance. You need to get defenders out there. You need to get shooters out there. Everybody talks about the shooting. That needs to be, approved upon. And if that does, with their health, they can. Now, the real question is that likely? And I'm going to be real with you. I don't see it. I don't see it with, LeBron and AD being the main two focal point players. Now, maybe in another few seasons, I just don't see it being likely with the current guys. But of course, we will see the offseason. And of course, that is where you guys let me know in the comment section below. How do you feel about this, man? Do you see the Lakers, being able to pull this off? Can AD and LeBron bring another championship to LA? Or is it likely that they can bring another championship to LA? That's the real question, man. Let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. It's DLloyd. I'm see y'all next time. Peace.